Jenny Laughlin here from Waxwing Sewing Studio. Sometimes I think about things that I wish that I knew back when I first started sewing, and I was just thinking about that, and I thought I'd do a quick video on facings and how to line up facings. Because there's a good quick trick. So I have the Helga shirt inside out on a mannequin, and not very many of us have the luxury of having a mannequin, but I just wanted, it's easy to show you the trick. So the facing goes all the way around this mannequin. And what we need to do is we need to pin the facing, and then we're going to edge stitch all the way around. And this can be really nerve-wracking, especially on linen, because it's a little bit wibbly wobbly. So what is really cool that you can be thinking about as you pin this and then sew it is that the facing, you know, on a well-drafted pattern like this tessuti pattern, the facing, the grain line, which we have a really good cross grain that you can see on linen, the grain line, or the cross grain and the grain line, are going to line up perfectly all the way around. So even like over here, you know, I always end up with a little, or used to always end up with a little like pinch right there. Even over here, when you're pinning, just make sure that you've still got your grain line and your cross grain kind of lined up, and then you'll know it's in the right spot. So let's take this and let's apply it on a flat surface, which is always harder. That's how most of us live. So I've got this laying flat, and you can see how it's a little hard to tell like exactly where this goes. So what I'm going to do is very carefully, I've folded over my 1/4 inch after stay stitching. And then I'm just, you know, as you're looking and as you're pinning, when you know that your cross grain and your grain line are going to line up with this facing, then I think with a lot more confidence, you'll be able to put pins in and feel good that this is going to go in the right place, which I think is the most scary part of sewing this facing down. And then even around here, like this is going to curve a little bit because, you know, your boob is right here. So, you know, just let it be nice and straight with the grain. And then if this curves up a little bit, that's okay. That's good. That's kind of what we want. We don't want to like pull it too much. We want to err on the side of being a little bit looser with the linen. So now as you go all the way around, I think you have a better guideline to pin, especially over here where it's really hard. You know, just make sure that you're nicely lined up with the grain line. And then when you go to top stitch or edge stitch from the wrong side, use a larger stitch length. Like if you can do it by little bits, you can do like a 2.8, 2.9. If you go from 2.5 to 3, maybe do a 3. And that's a little bit more forgiving too as you go around here. So anyway, just the grain line trick is something I wish I knew a few years ago. And I hope that if you didn't know that, it makes putting your facings on easier. Thanks. Take care.